Before I get into the topic of this video, guys, I'm just letting you all know that the gameplay, recording, and editing of this video was all done on the Dell Optiplex. I just upgraded to 12 gigs of RAM, and it is a huge difference above what happened before. So that's my little update right there. Let's get into the topic. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Andrew here today, and we're going to be discussing the newly announced Steam Deck and why I am really excited for what's to come. To start off, I've been fascinated with handheld consoles for a long time, and so far, I have never missed a generation of any of the handheld systems from my lifetime. It really is amazing to see how things have grown over the years, starting off with when I got my GBA. During those times, we saw different versions of the console games come to handhelds, especially on Nintendo's side. But ever since the Nintendo Switch, we've been seeing more and more portable devices take over and be able to play the exact same games as the current gen consoles and PCs, obviously with cut downs on the graphics. Two devices that come to mind other than the Switch are the GPD Win and Aya Neo, which are basically portable PCs. When it came to the Switch, I love that they brought both their handheld and home console community to one device, because that meant that all of their creativity would be able to be combined into one. However, my main issue with the system has always been that whenever I got the Switch version, it felt like a significant downgrade from what I was either playing on my console, especially nowadays, or my PC, so most of the time I stayed away from those games and focused on the first parties, which lately there hasn't been an amazing lineup of for my taste. Looking at the Steam Deck, why is this such an exciting device to me? I already have a few PCs and a gaming laptop, as well as all of the current gen consoles. I feel like when it came to this announcement, I was more excited about the potential of the system than the actual thing itself, although I have reserved the 256GB model already. The reason for that is that although the GPD Win and Aya Neo exist, the fact that we are getting a big trusted name like Valve to develop this means that handheld PC gaming will reach the mainstream audience, thus creating competition and making handheld PC gaming a console and desktop PC alternative. Back to talking about the Switch, you gotta realize right now the Nintendo Switch OLED is launching at $350 and is basically a very low-end last-gen console, while the base Steam Deck is a handheld next-gen PC at $400. If my prediction about how well the Steam Deck is going to do are right, this could possibly also generate some competition from Nintendo's side, which also means that we will finally see less half-assed games and potentially even better hardware coming, which is a huge win for all gamers. Now, it's going to be obvious that there will be cutbacks from the system. We obviously aren't going to be getting 4K at 60 FPS, we won't be having a crazy amount of storage out of the box, and since this is the first of potentially more hardware coming down the line, things will probably be buggy until the next set of hardware. The biggest thing to do when thinking about the system is to go in with low expectations and think about the fact that we now have someone other than Nintendo creating a portable device that can play current gen games that is also a mainstream developer. Does that mean that we will probably have a future where we abandon consoles and PCs and jump on mobile devices? Absolutely not. I've had a different opinion on this in the past, but I don't think we will ever see an end to game consoles and PC gaming, because there will always be that audience who wants the best possible graphical experience, and that will always be on more powerful hardware. There will also be that audience that wants the most simplistic experience of plugging something in and playing it, and that will always be on console. Now on to my last part of the video, I'm going to explain why I picked one up for myself other than to just review it. As some of you may know, I'm going to be going away to college for game development next year, and it's currently unconfirmed for how my living situation is going to be in terms of how much room I'll have for my consoles and PCs. If the Steam Deck ends up being as cool as I want it to be, I will end up using it as my primary PC since it is a small form factor while also having enough room to bring another few things along. On top of that, I could even turn this into a mini streaming PC before all that happens. I'm very excited to see a handheld PC hit the mainstream, and I'm even more excited to see this thing in action for myself. Anyway guys, that's my take on the Steam Deck right now. I don't know what the future holds for this thing just yet, but I do know that I am very excited regardless. We still are quite a bit away from getting these things on our own. Hell, I'm not even getting mine till Q2 of 2022, so we have a ton of time to hear more things about this device as time goes by. Thank you all for watching this video. I will see you all in the next one.